Hi, I'm Tom from Protecto. Today we're going to talk about one of our fabulous products, Universal Primer Free Membrane. This product truly is universal. You could do below grade waterproofing with this one item. It's also an air and vapor barrier above grade for non-permeable applications. This meets all AMA 711 standards as window tapes, and you could do an application from footer all the way to the parapet of a wall with this one product. For today's application on the ICF, we got a couple of sections of insulated concrete form that we're going to use for the mock-up. And then we've brought two different sizes of Universal Primer Free Membrane. We've got a 12-inch and a 24-inch roll here. It comes available in 8 different widths from 4-inch up to 4 foot wide. And they're all by 50-foot lengths. So for whatever application you're doing, whether it be windows or foundations or wall applications, Protecto provides the right type of size for the job. For today's mock-up installation, I wanted to show you what tools you're going to need to perform a Universal Primer Free install in any application, whether it's below grade or on walls or above grade. But you'll need a tape measure, you'll need a razor knife, hand roller, and just our product along with the right installation instructions. And it's very easy to use and to install. It's commercial grade strength that's easy enough for a homeowner to install. Today, why we decided to use 12-inch and 24-inch rolls was really just to scale. But 12-inch makes perfect sense for your applications because part of Protecto's installation instructions is that we want a double layer at the footer joint to go 6 inches past the axis of the corner. So you can achieve this very easily by using a 12-inch piece first to run this into your first application layer, and then you come down with a wider roll and double layer over the top. We will also call for the same double layer on your outside corners. So you can achieve this with a one strip of 12-inch going down that vertical corner, or you can do it with 2 big pieces to go 6 inches past the corner axis in each direction to achieve the double coverage at corners on the footer and your verticals. Okay, so we've already got the first portion and turned it up the wall. We're going to make use of that split release where we have 2 sections of release film to peel that off. And so then once we lay it up to be wrinkle free, smooth it in, and then this release is very easily as you go. And then you can pull this release film out as you're installing, and it works very well in your favor. So these little red spatulas or smoothing tools are provided by Protecto. Text us, email us, call us. We'll get you a couple of these to use, but they work fantastic for putting in sticky membranes. All of the adhesive on Universal Primer Free is our patented super stick adhesive, and it is pressure sensitive, so it needs to be pressed into the surface so that you get full solid bond to the substrate that you're adhering to. So once you can use one of these, a hand roller works excellent to make sure you have good solid connection to the surface. Protecto also has these available, which are a 2-handed roller. It's extendable for easy adjustment, or you can stretch it out to a couple feet long where you can really do full wall rolling and pressing in at fully adhered membranes. Okay, we've already treated our section here where we've overlapped the original footing install. And so here we're going to put a little relief cut in the face of the membrane to allow it to fold around to both sides. And so we have a tight corner install. So we'll finish taking off the release film here. Holding that material tight. Use our tools. Keep it tight down to the footing. We'll go to this side, peel the back off again. And you only need to remove what you're comfortable with removing so you get a good tight install around that corner, keeping it wrinkle free and keeping the air bubbles out as you move down and install it. Okay, so here we have our 24-inch wide strips of Universal Primer Free Membrane. Another great feature of Universal Primer Free Membrane by Protecto is that you can run it vertically down the wall or you can run horizontal across the wall, always succeeding from the bottom up so that everything that is above overlaps what's below and that we have proper drainage and that the material is installed in a shingling fashion. We want to make sure we're overlapping by a minimum of 2 inches in a max of about 6 or whatever you're comfortable with. When you do run vertical straps, we're generally going to want to see a 2 to 2.5 inch overlap, and that all seams are pressed tightly to ensure that you have a solid bond to the facer film here too. So we've already started here on our first strip of the 24-inch material. Again, we're making use of our split release film. It comes out easily. So we didn't have to do, we still have a whole bunch that's loose laid here so that we can get to and just use what we can manage at a time. Okay, now we're going to proceed with our last strip here to complete this mock-up. Again, we're using 24-inch, so we're going to have quite a bit more overlap on this. You can make do with an 18-inch in this particular situation, but again, you want to overlap by a minimum of 2 inches from your upper sheet over the top of your lower sheet. So we're just going to line this up. We'll do a little additional overlap than what we need. So after you've installed all the membrane, it's good to have someone come back and pressure roll all of the material, paying special attention to your overlaps. Anywhere you have terminated edges, just want to make sure everything is pressed in very well. The last part of the installation is to finish all of your terminated edges along the top and along the bottom and anywhere you would have a penetration. So anywhere the membrane stops should receive a bead of Protecto Sealant 25XL polyurethane sealant. This creates a finish so that every leading edge has a shingled overlap to it, and it finishes your waterproofing detail.